This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Betsy.
Marcy.
How's it doing?
Doing fine. Doing all right, you know?
I love it.
Just
Love
doing.
Anything spookity.
Well, I saw the new Final Destination. Did I talk about this already?
Might have. Wait, maybe
I can't
not.
remember.
It was great?
Oh, yes, Marcy. It rules. It rules, Marcy.
I just got to go to the movies more in general.
I know. Well, you're working a lot. It's tough when, because I go a lot on, weekdays, weeknights.
Yeah.
School
Yeah.
nights, you know?
Right now, I am truly, I was I don't know in my life that I've ever been quite this busy.
Right. Which rules.
It's so great.
Rules, but it's
I'm-
very easy to be like, I'm going to go sit and watch Mission Impossible for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but it's weird. I'm feeling the physical effects of busyness.
Yes.
Where I'm just I'm too tired. My brain, it's really bad as a writer and a podcaster to be too busy because your brain doesn't work properly.
Dude, I mean, we've had just days where it's we've recorded 2 episodes or whatever, and I am pooped.
Yeah, much less to be
Let alone sitting in a writer's room all day. And
I cannot wait for you guys to get to see the show. It's called
I'm
Kevin.
so excited.
It'll be on Amazon, but not till next year. And it's so fun. I have the best coworkers. I love everyone so much. And my boss fucking rules. It's an old friend, Joe Wanger.
We love Wanger.
And then Aubrey Plaza and
Yes.
and Dan Murphy, I've known Aubrey and Dan since they were in college.
Yes.
They rule so hard. But Joe is such an efficient boss that we work for and everyone should be like this, but it's so interesting to work 75 minutes, take a 10-minute break, 75 minutes, take an hour lunch. We have a very strict schedule.
Cool.
And it's so
Okay.
good. We never stay late. We're very, very, very rarely stay late.
Oh,
And we have great hours. But to use your brain, to not even have la wonder time, because you're in
it's
a room
exhausting.
full of people and you're kind of
Yeah.
working together. I'm oh man, I can't imagine maybe that's why surgeons are assholes,
Yeah.
because they have to be literally, their mind can't wander. They do 7,
Right.
8-hour surgeries.
Whoa.
But it's focus.
That's why all surgeons are assholes.
I mean, have you heard that kind of stereotype that surgeons
No,
can
but
be
that's
kind
funny.
of the meanest type of doctors?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I don't think
yeah.
all of them are. I've definitely had kind surgeons, but that I'm you're a little rough around the edges, but your bedside manner is nice.
Right.
But it's a lot of focus.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean,
And-
I can't imagine being a surgeon.
And I'm literally just talking about cats being nasty.
Yes. Ooh, yeah.
But anyway,
Have you had anything spooky happen to you?
I did tell you something offline that's too personal to tell here, but
Yes.
something else happened last night that it's not really oh, woo, but I was at a party downtown
Uh-huh.
at a bar, and loud, chaotic, but it was in this area that is kind of in between districts downtown.
Okay.
So it's a lot of homeless or unhoused encampments and stuff.
Yes.
And so with that's always going to come, fire. It's just
Right.
unfortunately they're starting fires down there. I will say definitely was not to keep warm. It was a warm night, but
Okay, yeah, it was toasty.
but so we're leaving the party and waiting for an Uber, and I was like, let's just wait inside because it is like a bit of a no man's land, except for like a few encampments, which is like,
Yes.
and I wasn't worried about them, but I'm always worried about being alone at night on the street, right?
Yeah,
So we're like
totally.
hanging out, and then like the Uber's like a minute away, so we go stand outside, and there's the security guard there, and then we see our buddy Echo roll up, and I give Echo a hug. But I had noticed just before that there was a fire across like Cata Corner on the other corner of the street,
Okay.
and I was like, that's it's not huge. But I was like, I wonder if that's a thing to be concerned about.
Right.
And then my friend very sweetly said, I think it could be a hearth. And I was like, on the streets of downtown LA, a hearth, like a little, like a stove of sorts. I was like, no, it doesn't look like it. And then you see like big pieces of paper like flying around.
Oh,
And so
no.
Echo, I was like, Echo, should I do something about that? He's like, I mean, maybe you could call 311. And I was like,
Right.
oh, okay. And then like I noticed that it did spread. Not crazy, but I was like, it went from a fire that was like maybe like 12, 18 inches wide to like, it like tripled. Like it was like, a few feet wide now. And that was in like just a minute. So I was like, all right. So I get in the Uber and I like make a note of I like look on my Google Maps to like see the address, and I call 311. But guess what? Absolutely useless. No one answers. You're on hold. Then they send me to the Department of Water and Power. And I was like, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Oh, no.
So this is
that's the hotline they push of like
non-emergency, right?
Non-emergency, but we will help.
I'm going to say this, though. And I understand, like, why 311 is so important, because you don't want, like, fucking cops showing up to an encampment and, like, just tearing shit down and being an asshole. However, that's not the number to call for a fire. Just going to say this. It was dumb of me. I shouldn't have listened. That's not the fire number. You want to call 911. So I was like, I'm just going to call 911. And when I did, they were like, what's your emergency? And I was like, there's a small fire. They're like, we're going to put you in touch with the fire department. So they just kind of directly put you over there.
Okay.
Because I didn't mention who or what. I was just like,
right.
I was like, there's a fire on the street. I've already left the location, but I can give you the address. And so the guy was like, okay, where's it at? Thank you, ma'am. We'll put it out. Then I was like,
great.
And I was like, yeah, duh, guys. Just call the fire department, or not the fire department directly, because sometimes it's hard to get them. But like, yes, call 911 and be like, I see a fire.
Right. And they're like, and we will talk to these guys.
Yeah, we'll send.
They know what's up.
Yeah. So just to say, for medical and fire, guys, don't be afraid to call 911.
Yeah. I like that.
But I was like, everyone gave me bad advice. I know better than to listen to people. I just follow my gut. Anyway,
just listen to your gut. That's the ultimate.
That's Marcy's
listen
PSA.
To your gut.
Yeah. Be like, I see a small fire. Great.
I shall call someone. 911.
Our city has been traumatized by fire. And I was like, I'd be so sad if all my friends burst into flames.
Oh my God.
In a party.
And you knew the whole time. Like, I thought it was a stove.
I thought it was hearth. Anyway, blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
So PSA, guys, call the fire department. But that's not spooky enough, and I'm sorry. We should talk about spooky stuff.
We got spooky stuff to talk about.
Yes. So I'm going to dig right in and read an email. And the title is The Time We Didn't Buy a Haunted House.
Sweet. Phew.
And since I feel like this is in the area that I've heard before, just stop me, Betsy, if we've already read this, because you know I'm bad. I'm bad.
Okay.
Hi, Betsy and Marcy. I wanted to tell you about the time we did not buy a haunted house.
Phew.
And I have outside documentation that confirms that other people also had haunted experiences there. My husband and I were living in my condo while we shopped for a house after we married. Thank you for waiting till you were married.
Yes. You know us. We're very
You
wait
got
until
it.
you're married for a lot of stuff.
Amen. Just kidding, guys.
Amen.
Just kidding. We wanted to take sex.
Sex.
Wouldn't be prudent.
Nuh-uh.
We wanted to take our time and find the unicorn since there was no time pressure. We looked for over a year and toured a ton of houses in a lot of neighborhoods. We had kind of dialed in on an area of Chicago we were looking for and found a house that fit almost all of what we were looking for in our budget. We put down earnest money and started inspections and the process of buying. Lots of emails back and forth with realtors,
Ugh.
replying about the roof, GFC outlets, and all that stuff. Don't know what that
I
is.
don't know. I feel people who are like buying houses, they gain a whole new vocabulary and are just like, oh, and then GFC, and you're just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so sorry, I cannot relate to what you're saying right now.
What's so crazy about me not knowing is my parents are home builders.
Yeah, Marcy, come on now.
I've not paid attention.
Come on.
They could tell me all of this, but I just,
Oh, yeah, no.
There were a few things that were issues. Why did the epoxy in the sewer inspection / clean out access close? Wow. Yeah. Why? Why, man?
Why? I thought an epoxy was like old-timey drug or something.
I thought it was the stuff that you use to caulk things.
Oh, so that must be it.
No.
Wait.
It says, why did they... oh, yes. Why did they epoxy the sewer inspection clean out access close?
Yeah, okay, so it is. See, I thought it was like, here, take this epoxy so that you will die for 48 hours, and then your lover can come find you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Roto-Rooter never was able to open it during inspection. Why
Spooky.
did the seller want to leave us the furniture in the nicely finished basement? Thanks, but no thanks.
Whoa, they want out.
They just probably were like, we're not paying movers for that.
Yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
they were moving someplace smaller. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why did the seller's dad create access to the master bathroom tub through the ceiling of the kitchen? Answer, he was a handyman in Canada. Never did figure that out. And there was a sinking area towards the street in the front of the yard that was not encouraging. We had been shopping for a long time, and we were pretty sure this was as close to the unicorn as we were going to find. So we continued until I had a creepy dream that tipped the scales to no. I've had dreams that I have portended something in the past. Ooh, I love this word, portended, Betsy.
Oh, yeah.
Ranging from clues my subconscious put together that jolted me awake, knowing what to do about a problem, to dreaming conversations that faraway friends had later confirmed.
Whoa, dude.
But this was a different dream with a background feeling that was an impressive atmosphere, ugly and hostile, seething.
Ooh.
I was seeing myself walking down the stairs into the finished basement, and at the bottom of the stairs was a middle-aged man, scowling and angry.
Oh, no.
Nothing was said or done, but the feeling was unmistakable that he did not like me and did not want me there. To the point that I woke up, told my husband, and literally Googled the address of the house plus the word ghost. I almost could not believe what came up in the search results, but like I said, I have had a few moments that were pretty psychic in the past. I'm attaching a PDF I made of the blog post I found, which has a lot of other interesting anecdotes in the comments, but I highlighted the ones that were relevant in yellow. Please do not read the address on air, but I'm leaving it unredacted, just crossed out. This website was still up last time I checked, and comments were made several years before we were house hunting. We did find a great house eventually, but we backed out of the contingency for Oh, but we backed out of the contingency for the haunted house, which did cost us some money, but saved us from a guy in the basement.
Yeah, dude, worth it.
Stay spooky, anonymous. So I'm going to read the.
Yes, let's hear some stuff. Ooh, how wild. Now it's like, okay, everybody, when you're looking to buy a house, Google the address and then add ghost
Yes.
and see what's up.
So this is from Me and My Shadow, A Life in Chicago. So I'm going to only read the highlighted parts because it's fairly long.
Great.
Okay, so this says the owner of the house at redacted address sold the place to a family in 1976. She left all the furniture in the basement, telling buyers she could not go down there because it was haunted.
No.
Okay, this is not highlighted, but I'm going to read it. There are also rumors in the neighborhood of a body buried in a park. I never heard that when I was growing up, but I know of a few people who might like that park to be their final resting place. And there's a tuberculosis sanitarium.
Okay.
Wow.
This is just fueling the spookies.
Yes, it's like, yeah, it's just energy. So, okay, then there's another one. So this says the item this is another person. In terms of haunted stories, there is a red brick apartment building just before the corner of redacted. So if you're going down Spalding, if you're going towards, half redacted, you will see my old house on the right-hand side, red brick house. Across the alley on the right-hand side of the red brick house, blah, blah, blah. In one of the apartments, there was a murder in the 20s. I knew the people renting it when I was a kid, and the landlord has newspaper articles to prove it. Ironically, the apartment above it in 1981, there was another murder. That one I remember all the cops being there and the whole deal. Anyways, the apartment that murder took place in was re-rented every year like clockwork. The landlord used to tell us that weird things happened.
Whoa.
Here's another one. I well remember gas lamps along the streets of the neighborhood in the 1930s with a man coming by at dusk to turn on the light. It didn't seem anything unusual at the time. I also recall Redacted being torn up and revamped by the WPA and our concrete paved alley while a block away there was gravel. Chicago politics ?
Say sure.
Harry Wickstrom's dad was the caretaker of the apartment, and that must have been before the haunted house idea. And then there's another highlight. This is another person. The house is unimposing when you see it in but the basement had an Amityville horror feel to it.
Ew.
And then this is another person. Let's see how many more we got. Okay, this is just the last one. So I lived at Redacted from 1976 to 1986. In fact, I frequent the old hood often. Got it. Okay. I have wonderful memories of growing up there and reliving old memories as well as old friends long gone. The house I grew up in, Redacted, caught fire a year ago. The garage my dad used to spend all of his time in has been torn down. The inside of the house was gutted with only the original bricks and beams exposed. It now has a new garage. The tree I used to play in when I was a kid has been torn down, and the entrance to the basement from behind the house has been filled with landfill. Makes you wonder what other secrets are covered by that house.
Whoa.
The basement was creepy, and you had the feeling that something bad or evil had happened there once.
Good Lord.
And it could happen there again. I never saw anything, but my friends wanted to play down there since it never wanted to play down there since it just didn't feel right. Anyway, I love your articles and your posts. I wish I could find out more about the original owners of this house. And then I believe there is some follow-up. So
yes.
So this person, the original poster or the emailer of our listener. So I tried Googling to see if it's come up, and it's a ghost kitchen, which really weren't a thing 7 to 8 years ago. But I tried the house address plus haunted, and sure enough, it's a top hit.
Oh.
Anywho, you guys are awesome. Thanks for your podcast. And then PPPPPPPPS.
Whoa.
I just heard the pickle farm story, and we're in the same neighborhood. Here's another spooky story from that area. This pickle farm. Oh, this is about the largest pickle farm in Illinois.
Oh.
Wow, it's another long thing, but I don't remember a pickle story. Do you, Betsy?
I don't either, but I feel I would. I love pickles.
You are a picklehead, huh?
I'm a big old picklehead, dude.
Big picklehead.
And you know what? Pickles are in this year. Pickles are everywhere this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they have pickle martinis now. And
Dude.
what else is pickling that you love?
Well, at the county fair, they had a lot of like pickle juice and soda, like pickle, like ice, stuff like that, where it's like, and then our friend Drew, he went to a big old snack convention with his dad, who runs a candy company.
Yeah.
And Drew was like, pickles are in.
Wow.
Pickles.
I wonder if it's because they're preparing for a recession and we're going to have to start canning everything.
Oh my God, maybe, Marcy. I don't know.
One of my dad's best friends, who's honestly one of his only, like, I'm not going to even say liberal. I think he's farther, like, he might be more anti-government than anything.
Yes, okay.
But, like, constantly argues with my dad about politics.
Which sometimes you're like, I'll take it. Like, let's go.
I love it because, like, my dad will be like, you should hear what this guy said. But they are very good friends, too.
That's great, yeah.
And he's from Appalachia. Like, he lives in the mountains.
Yes.
And his wife cans everything.
Yeah.
They just, like, buy in bulk. Even meat. They can meat. They can can it because it's like these people have learned it through generations and generations of how to, like, live.
Wow.
So pickles and haunted houses.
Do they do it just to stock up? Like,
Yes.
Is that kind of the vibe? Is just like just to stock up?
And, like, to make food go farther.
Yeah.
You never want to waste anything. And if they can buy things in bulk,
Yeah. And if there's, like, only two of that where it's like, might as well then can everything.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
probably when they were younger people, because they're in their 70s now,
that
you don't get stuff all year round.
Yes. Yep.
So, gotta can it. Can it.
Hey, can it, everyone.
Hey, man, can it.
They, like, mentioned, an apartment that was just around the clock once, every year looking for a new renter.
Yeah.
I feel I've talked about this, but there was, when I worked at Sony and was constantly commuting, there was a house on, I think it was like Fountain in Hollywood that was constantly up for rent. And every time I drove by, I was like, that place is fucking haunted, man. If it's constantly up for rent, it's gotta be haunted.
Oh, yeah. Or just the worst
or
landlords.
Nasty. Yeah, or just awful.
I definitely, like, when I lived in Los Feliz, the place across the street was like a rent every year.
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom.
Where you're like, what is going on?
Especially because, like, it's such like a
great spot.
Yeah, to be like, well, I don't know what's happening. I was at my place for 11 years and it was a shithole. So a real shithole.
It's a great spot.
It was cool, but yeah.
I got one, but yes. Hey.
Yes.
You did it. Okay, I got one. You ready?
Yeah.
Betsy is a voice doppelganger. Uh-oh.
You're a demon, too.
I'm a demon. Okay. What's up, homies? I found out about this pod from Betsy's guest spot on Woo Woo with Rachel Dratch.
Thank God for her.
Woo. Rachel.
Woo woo, right?
Woo woo. When I heard Betsy's voice, I thought, oh my gosh, she sounds just like my aunt, which is wild because, as you know, that voice is incredibly unique. Little smiley like face. And not just the sound of the voice, but the rhythm and cadence of speaking and conversation are just incredibly similar. Cool, man. I started binging Funny Feeling because I absolutely love it. And after a dozen or so episodes, I thought, someday before long, my aunt is going to pass away, and this incredible voice similarity might make me really sad to listen to.
No.
My aunt had been chronically ill for most of my adult life and was coming closer and closer to the end of her life late last year, 2024. Sure enough, she passed away from heart failure right before Christmas. Oh. Now it's March of 2025, and I'm still binging. I started at the very beginning, and I'm just now in February 2021 in pod time.
Oh.
you're
Whoa, that's a
cruising.
lot.
And yes, I do get really sad listening sometimes, but in a warm and loving
Oh.
way. Aw. And hold on to your butts, because I just listened to the episode where Betsy introduced us to Wilma the puppy, and my pants
God.
were immediately full because that's what my aunt used to call me as a nickname when I was little.
Oh my God.
Wil- Cute. Anywho, I have a ton of actual ghost stories, including my mom seeing my aunt about 3 days after she passed as an energy that she described as looking like a frayed piece of yarn and telling her it's beautiful here. Oh, I promise to send more. Love you guys so much. Thank you for being the bee's knees of spooky pods. Love, Laurie Dawn. Laurie, let us know Maury stories.
Yeah.
Maury stories,
Maury
Laurie.
stories, Laurie Dawn.
Oh,
That's
I'm
so.
glad I can remind you of your aunt a little
Yeah. Oh,
That's
I love that. And
nice.
also such a unique voice. So
bit. Very unique. I know. I want to hear.
yeah.
I want to hear the
It's funny
aunt.
when stuff like that happens, like the whole Wilma part of it. It's like, are there like little little strings kind of making this stuff happen?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
What is that?
What is that?
What is that?
Betsy, are you an angel?
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. I mean, I do have a baseball game, and I gotta go play the outfield soon.
My cat got scared. My cat
Oh
didn't like that.
no!
You angels in the outfield. You
Angels in the
goofus.
Out. I love that movie. I gotta watch it again.
I don't even know what it's about.
Angels in the Outfield.
Is it like an angel helps kids play baseball?
Angel helps the team angels be good at baseball for a kid or something. I gotta watch it. There was an old version of it, and then Disney made a 90s version of it with Christopher Lloyd as the angel in the outfield. And like angels like pick up players to like catch a ball and stuff from
So
what I
they're
remember.
cheating?
Marcy, they have the Lord on their side. That's never cheating.
It's ordained cheating.
It's ordained cheating. It's okay. Yeah, they're
Jesus
fucking
said
cheating.
we can cheat. We can cheat. I don't think this is a very ethical premise.
You know what? You saying that, I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up.
That's
not a good lesson at all.
Letting these kids cheat this way? Lock them up, I say.
Lock them up.
And you know what? Not enough people are saying it, but they need to be locked up.
Yeah, come on.
Lock them up.
Lock those kids up.
Oh, and what's his name? Lloyd? Lock Christopher Lloyd?
Marcy, he's done nothing but entertain us.
Nothing but? Well, so let the records reflect. Yeah. All right. I'm going to play a listener story. Now, there is also an email along this one.
Okay.
I'm worried that if I read the email, it will be a transcription of the audio. You know what I mean?
Yes, okay.
Because sometimes people do that. So I'm just gonna go for the audio first.
Yes,
and
great.
Then see if there's anything other information that they're like, oh no, you should have read the email. Let's see. That's what I'm saying. This is how I produce a podcast, guys.
This is it. Here's the little behind the scenes.
BTS's. All right.
He's
playing it.
Woo.
Hello, this is Stephanie, and I have my story about being the haunted librarian of Rhode Island. So the story is spanning decades from when I first started working as a reference associate at the current library where I serve as the director, and it just keeps going. So essentially, I started working at this library as a college student in the year 2000, and we had some pretty shared spooky experiences among the staff, including hearing our names shouted in our ear when working alone in our reference department. We also saw the figure of a man walking towards us on multiple occasions, and when we would look up, there'd be no one there. Additionally, there's a staff restroom up on the second floor next to the department, and on a lot of different occasions, the lights would flicker in that restroom, the door slams, the water turns on by itself with no explanation, and it sounds like someone's entering the hallway where the restroom is, but no one is ever there. So 20 years later, I came back as the director of this library, and I got to experience some other ghosts in the administration office, which I'm currently recording this in my office. So if another voice comes through, it definitely is not me or another staff member because I am alone in this office, and that's when things tend to spike. So in our administration offices, there are 3 rooms, the central location, and 2 offices to each side. And in my assistant's office, there's a clock on her desk which has a mind of its own and will fly off whenever it wants, including her wall clock as well. We're not exactly sure what clocks have anything to do with, but it's quite crazy. And I recently told a new employee about the ghosts in the office, and after I told the story, a pile of binders that were just minding their own business on top of a filing cabinet decided to fall down when no one was in that room, scaring both of us. We laughed hysterically, of course, but it was confirmation of what I had just told her. Other things have happened in the office as well, including my cell phone flying off my desk and landing in the middle of the room for no reason when I was not even in the room. I heard it fall and I thought it just maybe fell a little bit for whatever reason. It didn't even go off. It didn't vibrate. It didn't ring. There was no notification on my phone. So it just ended up in the middle of the room for no reason. Other things that happen in my office include some bags falling down unexplainably, and my telephone, my landline telephone, will cut off if I'm on it for too long. And I think that whoever worked here before me does not like when we dilly-dally. And my cell phone also gets 0 reception in my office. So I'm in pretty much a dead zone, literally, and I can't scream for help if needed. Electronics in my office also fail to work. I've had 3 different printers and it'll go offline for no reason. My hardwired desktop computer will also do the same thing. It's very technological in a way, and it's pretty daunting. So I also worked at a library previous to being here for 6 years. That was an old schoolhouse, and that library was full of kid spirits, and it was frightening every day. I could tell by the way the building smelled, and that sounds weird, but having been surrounded by this kind of stuff for a long time, I know what a haunted building smells like. And some days that library smelled so haunted, I couldn't move. I felt like something was going to get me. And on occasions, books would just fly off the shelves randomly, but the books themselves weren't so random. They'd kind of give us a clue as to something that might be happening soon. So that was very interesting. And on other occasions, we'd have electronic things go wrong as well in that building. And on one particular instance, an assistant and I were using a ghost tool that you can borrow from the library to see if someone wanted to communicate with us. And we believe we were communicating with a child spirit in the old section of the library that had been the schoolhouse in the 1800s. And the machine made a beeping noise when it responded. So we had a nice communication session. We said goodbye to it. We'd see it Monday, ... And when I got home, I decided to watch a movie. I was home alone. And after the movie ended, I heard the smoke detector in the house beeping the exact same way that the ghost detector had been beeping earlier that day in the library. And I thought something had followed me home, and I told it had to leave, and it beeped at me defiantly. I hadn't cooked anything in the house, nothing. It just wanted to communicate with me. So, like any normal person, I ripped it off the ceiling, and I let everyone else know that I had done that in case of whatever, and I left for the night and stayed somewhere else. Now, the story doesn't even end there, because a day or so later, one of the administrators of that library texted me and said that the smoke detector was going off at the library for no reason. So the spirit found its way back home to that library and set off the smoke detector there. And I can't make this stuff up. It's wild. I have about 100 other stories. If you're ever interested in hearing them, please let me know. I'd be so happy to share them with you. Thank you. Love your podcast.
Dude.
Wow. Spooky library stuff.
This is propaganda to get kids to read again.
Yes, come on.
Oh my God, that sounds like the coolest library, though.
So, and that you can like rent ghost equipment. What a cool library! Like, can we do that?
Is it
Is
Are
that
we?
a thing at libraries? We can
Well,
get an EVP.
maybe it's
thing?
specifically because they have so many
If-
hauntings
Yeah,
there.
where it is like this is an old ass school. Ew.
That's so cool.
How wild.
Guys, go visit Stephanie at the North Providence Union Free Library in Rhode
I
Island.
do for sure.
That's so cool.
Because library, there, that's a lot of energy in a library.
It
a
reminds
lot
me
of
of-
different people come in and out of it.
And it reminds me of Ghostbusters.
Big time Ghostbusters.
And think about it, too, like all the books that have passed through so
Yes.
many hands.
Yeah.
Not just people going into the library, but like this and the stories that they hold, especially like
Yes.
biographies and history.
Dude. My sister's a librarian. I'll ask her if she has anything spooky happening at her library.
You know what's really interesting about librarians, and I know you probably do know this, is that like a lot of people think you can just become a librarian, but you have to get like a master's, right?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you
Like
have
a
to get a
PhD,
master's,
essentially.
and like it's hardcore, dude.
Yeah, like what libraries are like historians of everything.
Yes.
Like not just one specific thing. They have to know so much information, right?
Yeah, it's wild. It's pretty rad.
Yeah, like
It's
I just
very
feel like
rad.
it's it doesn't get the respect it deserves from everyone.
Right,
You get it
right.
from me, librarians, though.
Yeah, we support you and love you, librarians. We respect you. We get it.
Dr. Books, I respect you.
We love Dr. Books, man.
Dr. Books, you get
Dr. Books.
putting respect on your name over here. Dr. Books.
Dr. Books.
All right, I don't know. There's too much stuff in that email to even like cover, right? Wait. I feel like we gotta discuss it more, but
I mean, so like it
I'm,
feels
like,
like
stunned
such
by
a
it.
classic fun haunting, especially because none of it seemed too malicious.
Right.
Where it is like, okay, you guys knocked over some binders.
Yeah.
I guess though there was like that dude that they would see walking towards, like there was some spook. That's come on, lay off. Bathroom, come on, stay out of the bathroom.
How many times do we have to ask you?
Stay out of the damn bathroom. That is where people are so vulnerable.
so.
And I know some of you spirits love to feed on vulnerability, but not when people's
And-
pants are down.
I'm going to be honest. I think they like feeding on poo-poo.
You heard
I'm
it here
calling-
first, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Marcy thinks ghosts love eating poo-poo.
Look,
Uh-oh.
I'm putting you all on blast.
Blast. Butt blast.
Butt blasted. Okay. I got a new email, and it is
I got a new email.
a new email. It's a not so spooky sign. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Dearest Betsy and Marcy, longtime listener, first time writer. Such a long-time listener, in fact, that I've started to re-listen to old episodes, just like a comfort show. You two bring me all the fuzzy feelings. Oh my God.
That's so nice.
But we're talking
Whoa.
about demons.
Yeah.
Very rarely, actually.
Yeah.
My
Thank
story.
goodness.
Yeah, oh goodness. My story starts with me throwing it back to an old funny feeling episode. My selection process, you ask? Well, I let the page scroll back and I randomly pick an episode. They're all great. How could you go wrong? Oh my God.
That's awesome.
My headphones are going to explode because my head's getting so big.
Yeah, chill out, Marcy.
This particular episode consisted of a listener story about signs from loved ones who have passed away. The story
Oh.
spoke about asking for signs and how they should be specific enough so that you know what to look for, but not so complex that our loved ones are thrown for a loop.
Yes.
This made me think of when my Oma first passed and how I would find little squares of paper with red or blue circles and white numbers written on it.
Whoa, cool.
I would see them everywhere on the school bus, in the middle of a field hockey field, on my desk in my childhood room. Each
Whoa.
time I would find one, my mind would instantly jump to my Oma, and a wave of warmth would wash over
I
me.
got chills. That's not nice.
That's
Chills.
so-
Nice chills.
Until I heard the story, I'd never thought about those little squares in years. I had not thought about those squares in years. I had to fight back tears at the thought of almost losing the memory. Tonight, as I put my two little boys to bed, my Oma was heavily on my mind. I went to take a shower, and as I stepped in, what do I see on the floor?
No.
A little paper square with a blue circle and white numbers on it. This
What?
time, there was no use fighting back the tears. She must have been with me all day. If these are super common items that everybody sees all the time, please don't tell me. I would like to stay blissfully unaware as to what they are. And either way, the coincidence seems pretty special to me. I believe that we all have a person in this life, and my Oma was definitely mine. I miss her so much, and I'm very thankful for this little hello. Also, how funny is it that my Oma listens to your podcast? I have many more stories to share, some that are not so wholesome, and I've been too scared to put on paper. Are some things better left unsaid? What are your thoughts? Thank you for reading my story and for being your wonderful selves. No clean pants needed for now.
Woo!
And then let's see, this email was sent in February, and then there's a follow-up just a
Okay.
few weeks after it. And it says, follow-up, please read above email first, winky face. And I did. I found another one tonight on my sock, chatterface. And I've been going through a lot lately, and I think my Oma is sending me some extra reminders that she's around and is here to support me. Thank you. And I texted these to you so you can see the kind of little numbers
Okay.
they are.
I'm
Now,
so curious.
I think I know where they're from.
Oh.
I think I know what they
are.
are. But now that I say it, I'm not sure. I was going to say I think they're the inspection stickers that they
In
put on
clothes and
clothing.
stuff?
But normally they're not colored. Normally they're just
No.
little numbers and it's black and white, right?
I thought so. This is such a specific thing to see, because
But-
you don't see that, to see that in the middle of a field hockey game, that's, and it's, because if they are the inspection numbers, it's once
Yes.
in a great while. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, even if it is,
Cool.
even if you know, like we know where feathers come from when people
Yeah.
get signs, and we know where pennies come from if people get signs. But
and
like,
dragonflies and shit, like they're around.
but that doesn't mean that like seeing something over and over and over again is like it's just so specific, right?
Yes, that's a very specific one too.
That is,
I mean,
and
they're all so specific. But that one's like, what?
yeah,
You don't. That's nuts. That's cool.
I love this. Oh, I love it so much.
Wow, that's awesome. I never thought, like, do you think ghosts listen to our podcast?
I think that the ability to have knowledge outside of our human body perspectives, it grows so much. It's exponential,
Yeah,
and that Oma knows what their I think Oma's grandmother, correct?
I think so. Yeah,
So Oma knows about their grandchild and what their grandchild
right,
is into, and
right,
it's like the last story. It's like, are these things leading us to find, like, are they kind of, you know, moving,
right.
moving stuff around so that you get the message, you know,
Yeah, yeah. Are there the strings or whatever? Like where it
like
is, just
even
kind of
going back to listen to an old episode where you talk about baby Wilma, like,
right, dude. Right.
I mean, you talk about Wilma all the time because she's perfect, but
She's a beautiful lady. She's
beautiful
a
lady.
beautiful grown lady.
Last night when I was coming home, my Uber dropped me off, and I saw a neighbor who I saw a dog that I don't know this dog. It was
Yeah.
a big golden retriever, and the guy walking the dog had like headphones in, but I said, "Well, that's just about the handsomest dog I've ever seen." And he was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Never mind, go away." And I just ran
No, don't worry
inside.
about it. Don't worry about it. That's
Sorry.
so funny. So sorry. So sorry. So sorry.
The
And
handsomest dog I ever did see.
what a handsome doggy. Oh my.
Maybe could be friends with Wilma.
I would love that. Yeah, there's some good golden retrievers in the neighborhood.
Hood.
Little Wilmas everywhere. Wilmas everywhere.
Little Wilma's everywhere.
Little Wilmas everywhere.
I think
Okay.
this certainly signs, though.
Yes. Yes. Really fun. Like, and for those to start popping up after Oma left this world
Yes.
is so like, yeah, just such a fun sign to receive.
Yeah. I love it.
I do too. That makes me happy. Okay, I got one. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
It's called My Listener Story 2, the number 2. Hi, Betsy and Mars. And we have this and then a little update.
Oh, good.
Okay. Hi, Betsy and Marcy. I sent a listener story last year and was so excited when you read it. I'm not sure if you do remember, but it had to do with me in high school during a retreat. Betsy saying, yo, bro, a few times, ghosts with a possible foot fetish, and a protective cat.
Okay.
Ooh, I wanted
Okay.
to share some more experiences I've had in the past. Although these stories are mine, I wanted to start off with one that happened to my brothers, a possible Mothman sighting.
Dude.
Okay. So I'd say around early 80s, my brothers who shared a room were talking late one night and decided to go outside and continue talking about everyday stuff. So, all of a sudden, where there were sounds of leaves moving and the occasional cricket chirping, everything stopped. Ew, that's so scary. A few seconds later, they heard something and looked in the sky and saw a beam just floating / flapping in the sky. All of a
Wow.
sudden, it flapped its wings hard and it just flew off. Scared shitless, they went inside and separated into 2 rooms. They were both just like, I gotta go be by myself for a second. They each drew what they thought they saw, and when they were done, they compared. Both drawings were exactly the same. Both figures they drew had legs, but the legs were closer to the body, were more together than actual full legs. The wings were both long in appearance, and the arms were stringy in appearance, with the eyes slightly glowing. The
Oh.
next day, when they told all of us, we were all freaked out and amazed, and nothing else really came up afterwards. So every so often, we'd take a look at the drawings and put the pictures away. So oddly enough, one time we were looking for the drawings but could no longer find them. My mom is not the type of person to throw away drawings made by her kids, let alone drawings of a giant moth person over their house, but we were never able to find those drawings ever again. Now, yes, it could be a tall tale, but on occasion, when the topic comes up, the details never changed. Unfortunately, I can only cooperate with one brother now since my other brother passed away a couple of years later. But even with those few years he was alive after it happened, the stories never changed. While I don't want to fall into the death omen, quote unquote, narrative, it so happened that before he died, he had saved me from drowning. When he died, it was from an accidental drowning when he got caught in some debris. So maybe death needed a trade off.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh my goodness.
God, that's awful.
And then there's an update
Okay.
of the Mothman.
Okay.
I wanted to post an interesting update to the experience my brothers had with the Mothman, or Mothman. Recently, my mom moved in with my sister, so we had to move everything out from the house, top to bottom. During Christmas, one of our gifts my brother and I got were a set of drawings my brother drew. He was a very talented artist. It was bittersweet seeing those drawings again after so many years. Randomly, my brother asks my mom, "Did you ever find those two drawings we drew of what we saw outside that night?" Now, between me and my existing brother, he's more closed off and doesn't talk much about ghosties / UFOs and stuff, especially with the off chance that whole story was made up. So for him to actually ask that specific question about the picture was unexpected and reassuring. What happened was real.
Wow.
Okay, so that was the update of that. Wild to like where it's like,
I
yeah,
mean,
y'all saw something, dude.
also the detective brains of you to be like, let's separate and draw it so that, because that's
so
what happens.
smart.
They like separate people and they're like, what did you
tell us
see?
your story. What did you see? That is so smart to do that. I would never think of that.
If someone were like, Marcy, go into a room and draw something, I'd have a nervous breakdown. I'm like, I can't do it.
I don't even know where pencil is. Or do I use a pen? What am I supposed to do?
Just Mothman, take me now. I can't.
Just take me, please. Okay.
It would be like just a blob.
Yes. Yeah. Now for my aliens. My earliest experience that I can remember was when my dad was fixing up the cottage we had in the back of our house. I was helping him out, and he told me that he needed to go to Lumberjack, which was like the Home Depot of our time. Awesome. I want to go to Lumberjack. Do you
I
think
like
they
the sound
all
of it.
had
Yeah.
to be like shredded hot lumberjacks and fucking
Betsy, stop
flannel
it. I can't.
t-shirts?
Oh,
and,
Betsy, no.
I said okay and decided to go back to our house while he did his shopping. A few seconds later, I heard something in the house and thought he had made his way back into the house. I walked back inside and saw nothing. I turned to the kitchen and saw something. It was an alien. It was short, big head, almondish eyes. It was like we were both surprised. Then I woke up. More on this in just a second.
Okay.
I was sweaty, freaked out, and just utterly confused. Why was I confused? Well, it's because we were fixing the house in the back, and he did tell me a few days earlier he had to go to Lumberjack. My dream was an exact reenactment of that day. This was around 85 or 86 because eventually I needed to fly to Mexico with my family for a cousin's wedding. The family house was located in a rural area, which was mostly ranch land, so we had more dirt streets than paved roads and little to no street lights. One night, as we were walking from one ranch to another, I had this sinking feeling that I was being watched. It was relatively dark, so it didn't help the situation with my increasing anxiety. Yeah. I looked to my left in a field and saw a small being somewhat crouching / leaning sideways,
Don't.
just watching. I mentioned it to my sister, and she had said that she didn't see anything. I kind of dropped the matter to not ask everyone else with us, but when I did check again, it was still there. I couldn't tell a lot of detail, but since the being was lighter in color and just there scoping things out and short in stature, it just stood out like a sore thumb, or at least for me, since my sister couldn't see it. A day or two later, I had a bad headache, so I was told I could use one of the rooms that was being built that had a bed. I had to use a ladder to get to the room, and I took a nap. A few minutes / moments, who knows how long actually, I woke up with my heart just beating fast, and I felt like I was in danger. I slowly peeked my eyes open and saw these beings peeking in the doorway. They were just staring at me, and they were similar to the being I had seen in the back house at home. I don't remember if I tried to get out of bed or if I tried to continue to pretend to be asleep, but this was in broad daylight while everyone was downstairs in a different house.
Nasty.
One of the last experiences that I think might be tied together is that I keep remembering having a surgery as a kid. Angry surgeons. Randomly, every so often over the past 30 plus years, I'll just remember being on a table, but I don't see the people, just the shadows / silhouettes. Then I leave a dark room with a lollipop / sucker.
Oh my
The problem
gosh.
is, this is nuts. This is nuts, Marcy. This is spooky. The problem is that the only surgery I've had so far was in 2006 when I had back surgery when I could no longer walk. I've never had a surgery before that. About 2 years ago, I was watching a documentary or a paranormal caught on camera type show with twins that said they had been abducted, and they shared a dream where they were in a hospital having surgery, but they couldn't see the people in the room. Well, I said, fudge, when I was listening. So who knows? Quite honestly, I'd be open to being abducted as long as we had an understanding that they also get rid of the last bits of side fat I can't get rid of that I gained during COVID, but they always have to be so secretive if they visit. Anyways, I have a few more experiences along with some ghost stories, but I'll save those for another time. Betsy and Marcy, every time I see your name credit on TV, I always point to the TV and go, oh, to my husband and tell them your weekly updates. Both of you seriously make my workday go so much smoothly. Oh, and before I end, here are some updated pictures of my cats. The 3 on the windowsill are siblings, top to bottom. 626, Pleakley, and Myrtle. The pic with the cat tree, top to bottom. Zool, Beazle, Thackeray. Beazle on the bed after he sniffed his butt, an extra pic of Thackeray and Beazle. Zool battling alongside Godzilla. Zool has anxiety and confidence issues, so I show him that pic every so often to boost his confidence. Until next time, Adrian, aka Squirrel.
Oh,
Cute cats.
my.
Wild. I mean, do we think that they were abducted?
I mean, look, if they're okay with it, yes, I actually do. I'm so sorry.
Yes, yeah. You're cool with it. Uh-huh.
Unfortunately,
You got
absolutely.
abducted.
Oh, man. That's also like the idea that aliens would give you a lollipop is kind of tickling
That's
me.
pretty delightful. Because how
funny.
weird to be like, I've had this memory a pretty specific memory of having a surgery when I was younger, but then never having that, like,
Yeah.
and then to just constantly, not constantly, but enough to be like, I feel like I'm being watched. I've woken up after seeing like,
Yeah, and I don't know,
they're
like,
checking you out.
these were good stories.
These were great stories.
Also, these cats are awesome.
They're beautiful. They're really cool
Like
cats.
this little one-eyed guy.
Yes.
Just
They're
a bunch
so
of voids and
cute.
then one gray.
Yeah. They're so cute.
I don't even know what to think, Adrian.
Squirrel. Squirrel? I think you got abducted.
Dude, you got abducted.
Dude, you're getting abducted.
Dude, you're getting abducted, dude.
You're getting abducted, I guarantee it.
Also, like, how weird to be like, wait. That happened to me when I'm watching on. We should all be watching Caught on Paranormal Film. Or Paranormal Caught on Film stuff.
Paranormal film. Paranormal Caught on Camera, Marcy, please. I love that show. It's
just so
spooky.
You never know, though, when you're going to get some information.
Yes.
Like, uh-oh, that happened to me.
Oh, no. That happened to me a bunch. Dang it, dude.
Yeah, be chill about it. Chill out.
Yeah. Chill out.
You got abducted. You can't abduct yourself.
Yeah, there we go.
Give me a BBL next
Congrats,
time.
Dude. Yeah, give me a BBL. Take these love handles away and put them in my butt. Come on, give me that big old butt.
Look, a lot of people go to Turkey for plastic surgery, but I'm
abducted.
Going to an alien.
Yeah.
These were awesome, guys. Thank you.
Really great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Also, these were like kind of a different flavor for us. Yeah.
Really fun. Really fun.
Sending them in.
Keep them coming. We love you all.
We love you guys.
We love you all so much.
Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.